Swing and a drive, left field, get up, oh, get out of here, and
Hey
We've
Brant,
got,
did you
hey,
wake up at 6 a.m. this week
yes, I
to watch
did actually.
baseball?
Yeah, so I didn't do it to watch baseball, but I did watch baseball because I woke up at 6 a.m.
I tried, what was the first game? Wednesday? Tuesday?
Monday. No,
I don't know. Everything feels like a blur at this point.
yeah,
Sure,
the whole
Monday.
week is.
I tried. I set multiple alarms and I snoozed them and I laid there and I was like, okay, I'll get up in like a minute. And then my work alarm went off and I was like,
Yeah,
shit.
I I had to go downtown Monday or whatever day it was. So I was up at like 10 to 6. So I got to watch the first 4 or 5 innings, I think it was. It's so straight. I don't love waking up at 6 a.m. to watching baseball.
No, no, I get why they
I,
did it. And
yeah.
like the numbers are amazing.
Hmm.
So it makes sense. But
The growth is huge. Like that's the thing you need to do for that.
yeah.
But I don't know. I didn't love it. It's a different, I don't know. Cool. I
It's
think it would
it's
be better in mid-season, but
it's catered to a different crowd for sure. Like
yeah,
it's not catered to us.
no. But yeah, there it is. We got a rare episode today. It's just being Nate. There's no one else. I think it's only the second time ever that Connor has missed an
I believe
episode. So
so. I believe so.
yeah. So this might be a quick one.
There's nothing to talk about. It's gonna be quick.
No, there's more Vlad stuff to talk about. I don't know whether to feel good or bad about it, but there is Vlad stuff. He went on, I don't even know what show this is or what it was, but basically said, like, yeah, I'm gonna, same thing, he reiterated, gonna talk to all 30 teams, even the Yankees. And then he said, if I have an MVP caliber season, I could make $700 million.
Yeah, I saw that. Interesting.
I don't think that's true, but good on you for thinking it. I mean, that's where your head's got to be at if you're Vlad, I think.
It definitely does. Like, okay, I just need a refresher here. Otani was seven, and Soto was like it worked out to like
765.
seven. Okay. Um, Vlad's not a $700 million player.
No.
I think he's I think you could you would have a hard time if it was my money
Hmm.
and like my understanding of baseball convincing me to spend 600 on him, I think.
Hmm. Now,
Like
like,
if I had the money in five, like sure.
yeah,
550 even, but like
yeah, you could convince me a six. It would take a lot, but you could convince me.
yes, that's what I mean. It's hard, I think. Like that's I think he conceivably could get six
Hmm.
from a desperate Mets, Red Sox, Yankees, whoever
Yeah.
gets desperate for it. But I don't think there's a snowball's chance in hell he's getting seven.
I know Steve Cohen loves to throw the money around and he can be in the market, but like two players over $700 million is kind of
Hmm.
insane, no?
I think it's very insane, and I think look at who their opening day starter is. If you're Steve Cohen, why don't you go spend
Pitching.
$80 million?
Yeah.
Go sign a couple like Scherzer and Verlander type deals that you did, but
Hmm.
get guys a few years younger, obviously.
Hmm.
But go throw the bag at a couple of arms. Like you have Lindor locked up on a decent money deal too. You've got
Yeah.
Alonso now. You got a lot of guys making money. Nimmo, I think, made a good chunk. Like you're probably pushing 200 with the guys I just named. That's like five
Yeah.
guys, and
Yeah.
not one of them was a pitcher.
No.
So if you're gonna spend the money, I think he needs to spend it on the mound.
And it's an off season where there's options out there. Like Cease is a free agent, King's a free agent.
Gallon.
Gallen, thank you. That was the one I was looking for. Like there is options out there that you can go and find someone that'll
Yeah.
work. And I don't know if also spending $700 million on Vlad is a great idea. And I think that would be the only team that could do it in terms of being in that number. Outside of
I
that,
think
like the Yankees aren't dropping 700 million on guys anymore.
I mean
Maybe.
anymore. Like they
No.
never have. So
No, I mean, they're not good. They're not that team
I
that's
know what
up
you mean. I
here
know what you
while
mean.
everyone, yeah. Yeah.
Um like the Dodgers can't. even if
No,
they wanted to play there.
they don't need to.
Um, I don't think I, I don't know if the Red Sox can or if their owner wants to. I
Hmm.
do think the Yankees could.
I think
But
they
I
could. I don't think
part
they
of
will though.
part of me thinks that Bregman,
Hmm.
unless he opts out, that changes things. But if he opts in, I think that really complicates you signing Vlad.
Yeah,
'Cause you got Cassis, you got Devers, you got Bregman.
and they're all kind of generally in the same position grouping. Now you're going to be
Yeah.
spending $700 million on one and 40 a year, 45 on Bregman.
Yeah, I think
Or
that's around what he got.
like that's a lot of money to spend on guys that play the same position, plus whatever Devers contract is on guys that play pretty
Yeah,
much the
the
same
more the
positions.
more that you're saying this, like how many of those teams are even going to play at the sixes?
I don't know. That's kind of where
Like
I'm at. Like it.
The Sox could move um Cassis and
Mhm,
Yoshida or something and like free up some
mhm.
space, but I I don't know. They
That's
let Mookie Betts walk
yeah,
at around the
not
same age.
not
Was a
long ago.
way better player than Vlad.
Hmm.
Like it,
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like it. Could you put up an argument that if Vlad is the MVP this year, that he can get into like he could talk about the sevens, maybe, but like we're also talking about a guy that hasn't been all that consistent, and
but like
one MVP year doesn't really change that.
the more we're talking about this, who is spending the money? Because the Yankees didn't get there for Soto.
Mhm.
So unless they're pivoting and being like, oh, now we just got to get somebody,
Yeah,
which I don't think they're gonna do. But they didn't pony up for Vlad or for Soto. Why are they gonna pony up for Vlad?
I
Another team I've heard thrown out there's the Nats. Um, they threw around money. They threw around money at Harper
yeah,
and Soto. A lot of deferrals. Whether it was like real money, it seemed like kind of
right.
like paper offers. Like we know you're not gonna take it, but
Here you go. Anyways, yeah,
the Angels, I think, are another one. They were in on Otani. They offered Otani the money.
I know.
They're
I
always
would
willing to
believe
spend
it.
it.
They've spent money. That you got to give them that. They've thrown money around, but
Um,
if I'm
I'm just
Vlad,
trying
I'm
to
not
think
going
like
there.
who really makes sense.
We're not in that market. Like, if we're being realistic, they're
No,
humming and hawing over 550. They're not getting to seven at no
no.
point in time.
I think maybe you could make the argument, but I don't. Is the appetite there?
I don't
And
know.
especially if like, let's be realistic here. If you're the
Mhm.
Yankees and Vlad says, "Hey, give me $700
Mhm.
million," why don't you take 400 and go to Kyle Tucker and say, "Here, come be
Mhm.
Juan Soto for us."
Mhm. I I don't know. I don't see a market. I mean, there could be other teams that we like San Francisco, maybe, but I don't think they can get in that market anymore.
I don't know.
Like, there's just not a lot of teams that have that kind of capital.
No one San
Right?
Fran gave what a couple hundred to Adames. Like
Yeah.
I don't know what their financials are like, but
No.
that's a substantial commitment.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't know. The weird thing, like, there's the quotes from was it Shapiro
yeah.
talking about how like they still think Vlad's got a chance to re-sign here or sign here before the season. And
Yeah,
like
so you watched that video?
I haven't seen
Did
it
you
yet,
see?
no.
It? Okay. So I did,
Mm,
and it left me feeling very confused.
mm,
And then I was just like scrolling Twitter and I saw somebody say like, if you're Shapiro, how do you say that if you aren't like 100% convinced he's coming here?
that's what I mean.
So like, are we just caving to his ask tomorrow or before opening day? Like they're clearly going to make
Like
him
a
another offer is what I'm taking from this, and they're clearly upping it quite a
yeah,
bit
yeah,
because it doesn't make sense otherwise, right? Like
no. You don't go
I
out
don't
and
know how
say
you
that if
say
you're
that.
not gonna like if you're just gonna come back to the table and be like, hey, we're gonna give you the same
Yeah.
thing. I I don't know. I would I be surprised if come Wednesday they're like, okay, we've struck a deal and we're at his number? Maybe, but I could also see it being a thing. Like, I don't know why I
I'm
have this
honestly more
optimism.
convinced now,
Yeah.
just because of this stupid Shapiro quote.
Yes.
And I think the more I'm seeing it, the more stuff Vlad's putting out there, other than this 700
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
the more stuff he's putting out there, it seems like he's basically just telling them, like, here's my number
Hmm.
and throwing it out there to the fans. And the fans are like, this is just do it. And then you're getting this where they're going back to the table, they're renegotiating it seemingly.
Yeah.
It seems like it was just a ploy by Vlad to me.
Was it Hector Gomez or like last week that was just like, yeah, they're closing in again on a deal like that. It's
I think
not
so.
dead. It was like after seeing the outcry from fans or something like that, like they were actually thinking about it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's Hector Gomez. He's been wrong the entire time, but like, it's not nothing. I don't think. Like, I think they're still at the table doing something. Whether or not they reach it, who knows? But I mean, I don't know why I still feel good about this. They haven't given me a reason.
No, I'm in the same boat as you though.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
weird. Weird. But I hope they get it done. Honestly, at this point, I just kind of don't want to be
Yeah,
bad
man.
again.
Like there, somebody I forget who I was listening to, but said it. Like you're if you don't get it done,
Hmm.
you're gonna be the Boston Red Sox searching for your Mookie Betts replacement.
Look how long that took them.
I mean, I don't remember how, but they did have a wagon of a team in 21. Did they not?
Mm, that sounds right. Didn't they? No, I was gonna say didn't they win it that year? But they've made
No.
the playoffs.
Yeah, they beat
They were
us
one
out
game
and then
above
they
us.
yeah, but they beat us out and then they beat the Yankees and I think
Mm,
was that the CS? I forget.
I can't remember. I remember them being okay. Like
I don't
they
remember even
went
who was
right
on that
down to the
team, so
wire. I think
I
they had a
don't know.
bad last month or something, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
But that's where how it's gonna feel.
Hmm.
And this front office, I don't know. They do weird shit, and I don't think you're gonna like the chances of rebuilding your farm system as good as um what's his name that was in Boston, GM,
Hi.
Heim Bloom. Uh the chance of doing as good as Heim Bloom did are very slim. And
Hmm.
realistically, like, okay, Shapiro took over 2016, him and
Hmm.
Atkins, I believe.
Hmm.
Um, they inherited Vlad. They
Hmm.
inherited Bo, right?
Hmm. Same year, I think it was.
Okay, I believe. Um, but like since then, what have they done? They had some high picks. They traded guys away for whatever. We've made some decent moves, but like there were some bad years and we did not show
Anything.
anything from it.
Who's come up and played like just come up and
Manoa,
played an extended
Manoa and
run for the
Kirk.
Blue Jays? Yeah. Like
That's it.
Davis a little
Yeah,
bit.
Horowitz.
Um, yeah, like that's pretty much it.
But
Like even you
like
go to the bullpen, there's not really anybody there that's come up and I guess Bowden, but he wasn't one of their draft picks.
no. But you look at those guys, and I forget who I was listening to talk about it. Like, okay, Kirk was a nothing prospect.
Hmm.
Schneider was just a nothing prospect.
Hmm.
Horowitz was a nothing prospect.
Hmm.
Roden,
Hmm.
basically nothing prospect. We've done a good job developing that level of player
Yeah.
and scouting something in that type of player, but
Hmm.
our ability to scout like Austin Martin
Yeah. Samuel Woods
or
Richardson.
that was it also a trade.
But wasn't he? I thought we
Was
drafted him.
Marcus Stroman.
Oh, right.
Um,
Um,
TJ Zoik,
yep.
Nate Pearson.
Uh,
That one's maybe a little bit different. I don't know what happened there. Anyways, like
any of those guys. Like there's a list of
Manoa
names
was a
that.
high pick, but
Hmm.
that's it. That's all they've
Hmm.
graduated. And
Yep.
like the guys we've traded away that we've drafted, like your Gunnar Hoagland, um, Griffin Conine, who's the third baseman, Jordan Groshans.
Mhm.
Um, anyways, you could list a
Special.
ton of these players.
Hmm.
These are guys that were high picks and they've done nothing.
Hmm. Yeah, it doesn't give me hope for the future that like if you don't end up with a Vlad here, we're not sitting in a spot where it's like, oh well, we have this guy and this guy and this guy
No,
and this guy that can come
no.
up. Like we're not the Boston Red Sox right now. And I mean, like I like Arjun. I think he's gonna be pretty good. I think Arelvis has shown flashes that
He's
he can be good.
Arjun's very raw though. Like
Hmm. For sure.
at
There's a lot of development to be
best
had there.
at best
Mm.
27.
Yeah. Like you think he comes up in 27 to me?
Yeah, I think that's like best case
Yeah, he's
scenario.
what, 19 now, I think.
I'd like,
20.
yeah, I don't think he's coming up. I don't think he's got a shot in 26 unless he hits like
No.
300 with a 900
Yeah.
OPS and 20 bombs.
He was in single A last year, right? As far as I know. I don't think he made it any further.
He definitely didn't make it further. I think he might
No.
have even been low A.
Low A. So that's like intriguing piece for sure, but we've had these intriguing pieces over the last little bit. Like
Yeah.
Ricky Tiedemann is almost turning into the ghost of Ricky Tiedemann at this point. Like he's been on the cusp for 3 years and hasn't made it up yet. Yeah, injuries are playing a huge factor in that,
Yeah,
but
but
that's also an organizational thing.
does that kind of remind you of anyone?
Nate Pearson.
Maybe like a Nate Pearson.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like we're in this loop of all these like high prospects that you pick up and you're like, this guy's going to be the next piece of our rotation. He's going to be our
Hmm.
ace. He's going to do this, and then nothing happens.
Hmm.
And now we're sitting here with Trey Savage. Looks great. The I sent you the video the other day. The run on his fastball, the late life that it
That's
has is
gross. It's
crazy,
gross.
crazy. But are they going to be able to turn him into something that's going to be a major leaguer in he's college age, right? So he's 23, 24, 22.
He's probably 22, I would think.
So
Depends if he had an extra year or not.
yeah.
I
So coming
saw,
out,
I forget, maybe it was like Jim Bowden or somebody said like he
mm,
needs to start in double A.
mm. He pitched his first professional inning the other day in spring training.
Yeah.
Like we're not that far along. But again, that's you're right. That's a guy that needs to come up fast if
But
they're
it's a
going to
guy
try
who
and
played
turn
at
that
a
around.
big D1 program
Mm-hmm,
too, where you're
mm-hmm,
essentially playing pro ball. So
mm-hmm,
like that is a part. Um, but like not even the draft side too. Like let's just look at some recent trades. Like there were points where we had decent players. They
mm-hmm,
have done very well in trading for major league caliber players.
mm-hmm.
We have not had success trading for prospects, in
Prospects.
my opinion. Um, Stroman, you got Woods, Richardson, and Kay.
Uh,
Is Woods Richardson starting in the majors?
I think so.
He's like okay, he's a fringe guy.
Yes.
Was he good last
I'll
year?
look it up. You keep going.
Um, I think the biggest one's Teo.
Mm-hmm,
He was kind of still prospect status. This Houston trade where we got Loperfido, Wagner, and Bloss could totally turn things on its head. So like they had a really good deadline, I think, prospect
mm-hmm,
wise.
mm-hmm,
But you need to let that play out 2, 3 years and see what these guys turn into.
mm-hmm.
But they don't, granted, they've been competitive in a lot of this run, so they haven't had
Haven't been able to.
years they needed to. But like 17, 18, 19, I don't remember them bringing in anyone other than Teo and those two.
Was one? Am I going to? I'm going too far back. Never mind. I was gonna say Steve Pierce, but that was way too far before that. I think, right?
Pierce was
No.
Espinal, yeah, in like
Yeah.
in 19, the year the Red Sox won the World Series, right? Or
It
no,
was 18.
18.
18. Okay, so it
18.
was
Yeah.
18. Yeah. I guess you can give them Aspinall.
Yep. Yep. I definitely would. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
He was a major league contributor,
Hmm.
like a valuable piece to a team. But they haven't got like a guy.
No.
Are there any other teams in the league that you can think of that haven't developed a guy in the past? We're almost on 10
I
years
mean,
here, unless you're counting
I,
Cook.
I was gonna say Miami, but like even Miami, like Jazz is something.
Sandy, Yuri,
Sandy, that right? Yeah. Like even the bad teams that are still bad have been able to bring up guys. The White Sox have Robert.
Cease,
Z's?
um, Crochet.
Mm-hmm. Like, like we're the only one at this point. Such.
I'm genuinely trying to think. The Angels, maybe.
Colorado. Brenton
McMahon.
Doyle's.
Toglia,
Okay.
their shortstop, Tovar.
Yeah.
None of them are like
No,
stars
that's
though.
kind of where like they're kind of at some levels of some of the guys we brought up. They're not really guys.
Maybe McMahon and like Kirk, I guess. Maybe
Yeah.
Kirk's more because he's catcher, but
I think they'd be the closest one to us. But again, that's
the
one
Angels.
team in yeah.
But
Ah,
they don't baseball.
what's his name?
Shanwell and
Shanwell,
the second
the other
baseman,
one.
but
Yep.
they're
No, they're not great.
not that good.
Oh, Hoppy too is I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, they got him in a trade, didn't they?
Maybe. I don't know. I have no idea where he
Yeah.
came from. Yeah, it's tough. I'm not gonna lie to you. Looking, I'm just going through. I'm like, it's not good. The guards, no, they brought up a lot.
Yeah, like their entire team almost.
Yeah, like Orioles obviously have their whole group of guys. The Red Sox have all their prospects now. Yankees have some prospects. None of them have really
Judge,
become guys.
Sanchez,
Yeah,
Torres.
Judge was what, 2012? Like that's 13 years ago.
I don't think Judge was 2012.
Was it not 12?
I think it was
Am
20
I?
like
Was it
16,
later
bro.
than
He
that?
just became a free agent like two
Yeah, you're
years
right.
ago.
I,
I think it
no,
was 16 that he
okay, so fine. We'll give him Judge.
17 he won Rookie of the Year, I think.
17. I don't know why I was thinking it was 12.
I
Sounded
have
right.
no idea. Like, yeah, they're not there anymore, and you don't think of some of those guys, but like
Yeah.
if you do that, I guess we get Vlad, but like
Hmm.
the point was he wasn't this front office.
Yeah. That was
But
still the same group of Yankees guys. Yeah, no. Tigers have guys. Royals have guys. Twins have guys. Yes.
Royce
Just
Lewis, Byron
Buxton,
Buxton,
Royce Lewis. Yeah. The A's maybe.
they're kind of banging right
They got
now.
Butler right now. Like they got a chance to overtake us in that, but
Matt Olson, Matt Chapman,
oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, never
um,
mind.
Sean
I take it back.
Murphy,
Mhm. They just
Manaea.
trade all their guys, and we forget that they were A's, so that makes sense. Astros have
Yeah,
guys. Mariners have J Rod. Rangers have Josh Jung,
Evan Carter,
Evan Carter, and
the
the
other
other guy.
outfielder,
It's good that we both can't think of his name.
Wyatt
Wyatt Langford.
Langford. There we go.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not great. Pirates? Skeens. Never mind.
Jones, keep Brian
Yeah,
Hayes.
never mind. Yeah, we suck. I don't know. I all of this to say, I don't feel good about if Vlad leaves that
Replacing
we're
Vlad.
looking
No,
anything good anytime
that was
soon.
a wild like 10-minute tangent to
Yeah,
say that.
yeah. I don't know. It's not. It doesn't make me feel great. That's where we're at
No,
here.
no.
We'll move on here. Eric Swanson has a. Tell me if you've heard of this one before. I haven't. Median nerve entrapment. Okay.
Where is that?
Yes. Uh, I think it's elbow.
I've never heard of an entrapment.
It's been entrapped.
The word I've heard related to the body there was nerve.
Nerve.
Because
Yes.
there's
Median is middle. I think. Right.
mean, median, and mode.
Yeah. Median was the middle one. Mean
Yes,
was
the
average. Mode was most.
yeah.
I got
You
those
line
three
them
on
up and you
lock.
take
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. You're right. You take the middle one.
So something in the middle of his nerves trapped, apparently. I think it's his elbow. I don't know. MRI showed no structural damage, so he'll have a cortisone shot and he'll be
But elbow's
back.
not
He'll back
middle of
off
the
there for a
body.
couple
It's
days.
like
Well,
external.
maybe it's just the middle of his elbow. I don't know. I'm no doctor. We don't look things up in this podcast.
What
Good
the
news for
fuck?
Swanson, apparently. All of that, that's at the end of Keegan Matheson's tweet, is that everything considered, good news for Swanson. Fantastic. Uh, I'm a little more concerned about Max Scherzer.
What's he got entrapped?
I, I don't know what's trapped on Max Scherzer, but I know his thumb is in rough shape. And he said that in the past few years, his thumb has been in rough shape, and that's why his arm isn't going. His quote was, "My thumb hurts. It hurts to grip the ball. The critical thing I've learned over the years here is that your thumb is absolutely crucial or critical to your arm health. Unfortunately, this is what I've been dealing with since 2023."
He needs to just start throwing a circle change and like amputate his thumb.
Do you need a thumb? It's, it's not great. I'm hoping it's something that can pass. I don't
Like
know if it means he'll be here
I
opening
haven't
week.
followed much this week, but I remember like Schneider said that it wasn't related to the injury from last year. Have they
Hmm.
like come off of that and
I
said
haven't
that it
seen
isn't
anything.
now? Okay.
The last thing I heard was that quote.
Yeah.
And it's just, I feel like they're just radio silent. It feels very reminiscent of the bat that Joey Votto tripped over last year and the ankle injury that lasted 6 months. I'm a little worried.
Yep.
That would have been a really nice piece given what he was doing in the spring.
Yep.
That
The
sucks.
fucking bad news is too, we can't even go get Patrick Corbin.
Veteran World Series champion Patrick Corbin.
Hey, veteran presence.
Veteran presence. 8.4 ERA or something like the last 2 years.
Do you
That might
know?
be giving him credit.
Okay, but like strong pivot here. Do you know who
Okay.
we could get?
Okay.
The next best two-way player.
Joey Gallo.
Shohei Ohtani 2.0. Yes.
Johei Otani.
Shohei.
I'm in. Why not?
Run, run,
What
run
have
him
we
as
got
our
to lose?
five.
Hell, why not? If he can, that guy can hum baseballs from the outfield. If he can throw 96, maybe. Why
Yeah,
not? Just
yeah.
try it. Sure. What is,
He's what, like 35?
is he that old?
I don't know. He feels like it. He's, I'm torn on his career because I feel
Mhm.
like having
He's
like one or,
31.
Jesus. Okay, but I feel like having one or two guys in the league like him is
Hmm.
kind of good for the league. Like it's him and Schwarber,
Hmm.
kind of the same, very similar
Schwarber's a
player.
lot better at it because he walks.
Yeah, so does Gallo usually. When Gallo was good, he could hit under 200 and have like a 400 on base
Mm.
percentage. It was insane. Um, but yeah, like it, then everyone just started loving the three true outcome thing, and it was too much. Because he's real fucking boring to watch.
He's either going to strike out or hit a tank. There's no in between.
But he
Um,
does have like three gold gloves.
yeah. He last year his average arm velocity was 74 miles an hour,
Well, it wasn't that
but
an
he
eight.
he maxed out at 98.3. So
Don't
I
love
don't know
that.
how that happens.
That's on a hop.
Which the 98.3?
Like with a
Well, yeah,
crowbar.
yeah, yeah. You're not probably not getting that out of the mound. But he typically maxes out at around 98. So if you can drop 4 miles an hour off that, 94, 95,
Yeah.
go to work and maybe get that up to 96. I don't know. Maybe he could be useful.
Fun fact that I haven't
Hmm.
fact checked at all, but I'm pretty sure I remember this correctly. Um, what year did we play Texas? Was that 20? That was 2015.
Yeah. Uh, yeah.
And when Beltre was like hurt, I'm
Hmm.
pretty sure he was the third baseman that was supposed to fill in for Beltre. Oh,
How
wow, I
far
just
we've
thought of
come.
that. Yeah.
Fun
Now
fact,
he's a
he took
pitcher.
Greg Maddox's daughter to prom.
Oh,
So if he needs help, he knows where to go.
hmm,
I
cool.
don't know. He's got the pitching connection already.
Um, fuck, I heard it yesterday. Max Scherzer's um grade 6 teacher is somebody's mother on
Hope so.
Texas.
Oh,
Jake Berger.
oh,
I'm pretty sure it's Jake Berger. Yeah.
huh.
Max Sugar Jake Berger's mom was Max Scherzer's sixth
Grade
grade
six.
social studies teacher
That's
or something.
insane. Insane. Small world. We got
I
so
might have
far off
totally
track.
butchered that, but that's what I think I heard.
Hey, it's a fact now. Someone's gonna relay that to their friend, and we're just starting a movement of
Yeah.
misinformation. It's okay.
Yeah, we might as well.
Um, Jose Barrios starting opening day. How do you feel?
I don't care.
Yeah, it became
Um,
way bigger of a thing than I thought it would.
I I've been offline this week, so
Mm.
you're gonna have to update me on that. Like I figured it would have been Gossman. But I think realistically, Brios had the better year.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we were arguing at one point that it was between Kikuchi and Barrios for our Cy Young, and
That was real early.
yeah. Well, I mean, Barrios kind of held on,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I, and Gosman was bad last year, so you're going to give Gosman a chance to be Gosman again, obviously. But I think Barrios has earned the day one start, and you go from there.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
isn't really a wrong answer other than Bowden Francis. It's concerning me. I don't know if you've looked at Bowden's numbers in spring. I know it's spring,
No,
and
I
I
haven't
know
looked
it's
at
early, and
anyone's.
it's a small sample size, but it's bad. It's very bad. It's really good at giving up home runs right now.
He did that last year. That doesn't concern me. Holy fucking speak. Uh, concern me that much because the ball flies in Florida.
It does. Yeah. He's just getting hit real hard, real quick. Maybe he comes in and he's great in the season. That's what I'm really hoping for. The final piece of news, Connor put this in here, and I too am surprised. But
And
Dick Lovelady has been selected to the 40 man. Seems like an odd choice given the fact that Myles Straw is legitimately in this battle for the last spot there, and you need to put him on the 40 man if he's going to play.
you still have Manoa.
Manoa was the one that got placed on the 60 day to bring in Dick Lovelady.
Oh, sorry. I'm thinking back to Tate when it
Hmm
was the whoever.
hmm So like
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know.
I didn't really think Lovelady was going to be in this bullpen. I don't know about you.
Is he taking over for Swanson? Like they must like something.
Maybe.
But like the thing that gets me, I forget what the metric was. Was it
Hmm
Stuff Plus that Tommy Nance was like right at the
Yeah.
top of that list? He's out of
Yeah.
options.
So what do
Just
you
give
do
him a
there?
shot because everyone else on that list was gross.
Yeah. I mean, like Tommy Nance, Bill and Tate. I think there's a couple other names that are all on the 40 man already that are all at worst the same as Lovelady. Why are you
Unless
wasting a spot?
unless that was part of the deal. He had to be on the 40 man by the end of spring training or they lost him.
Is it
Um,
that big a deal to lose him?
I don't know. Has he been good?
I don't know. We can look it up, but I haven't really heard his name blowing the page away here.
Does he throw hard?
I don't think so. He hasn't in the past, but I know there was a video of him throwing like 96 at like a driveline thing.
Cool. Like, because we have no one that throws hard. Uh,
Yeah. What does Jeff Hoffman
I think he sits like 96.
throw? Okay. I forget what I was looking up here. Richard Lovelady.
I'm
Oh,
pretty
I need
sure it
his
was.
MLB.
I'm pretty sure the stat I either heard or saw was that the Jays have thrown 10 pitches over. I think it was 98 this spring, or 99.
That's good.
I think six
Richard
were Jimmy
Lovelady.
and four were Hoffman.
Damn, good for Jimmy though. Richard Lovelady, 7 games this spring. He's got a 5.14 ERA, 7 innings pitched, 8 strikeouts, a 1.29 whip.
Sure.
Seems like a guy we should give a 40 man spot to.
Like again, it's spring and I haven't had time to watch any of this, but
Uh-huh.
like Myles Straw. Like legitimately, I understand where you're at with Broa and like the 40 man thing
Hmm.
makes it more difficult, but
Right.
if
I
if all things were equal, I think he's a better
mhm.
option to start the
I
year.
think at bare minimum it's close, and I think he may have the slight advantage. If like they're both on the 40 man, they both have
Yeah.
the same options, all that,
Yeah.
then yeah. And I genuinely think he's kind of earned a shot. But
You're also paying him 11 mil or whatever it is.
uh
Like,
that's the kind of step for him, I think. I think there's a reason why he's still starting in games where all the starters are going.
yeah.
I think they're genuinely trying to figure it out, but I think that was the move where you can throw Straw on the 40 man. So I don't
Unless
know
they
how
just
we
needed another pitcher on the 40 man. Like, it could be that there's too many infielders and they're going to trade one
Mhm. Maybe.
on the 40 man. Will Wagner was playing third today.
Yeah,
Had a pretty dirty play with a dart right over to first. So,
that's huge. If he can do
yep,
that, he's your starting third baseman.
yep.
No disrespect to Ernie. I think Ernie's done great in spring too, but I just think the ceiling is higher on Wags.
I think you run that platoon and you
Hmm.
have DH a few days a week.
Hmm. Yeah, I think Wagner's in an odd spot right now because, like, realistically, he's not a third baseman, but either trying to make him a third baseman or first baseman. Then it's just, I don't know. It's a weird situation for all of them right now.
Yeah, they clearly want him on the roster though.
Hmm. They want him to hit. They let him off today, which I think is a
Really.
fantastic spot in the lineup for him.
I don't hate it. I think I'd rather two. Just because I think all my entire thought process is spacing out your lefties.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna have him in there,
Hmm.
you're gonna have Dalton in there, and there's one more in Jimenez.
And
Uh,
Santander's a switch. So
yeah,
there's
so I'm not counting him, but to
yeah.
me, I'd go like Bo Wagner, Vlad Santander, uh, I don't know, maybe Kirk at this point,
Mhm.
realistically. Um, but I think you get the lefties clogged up down at the bottom. I think there's a good chance one of them ends up hitting nine. So I like having the righty at the top to stagger it a little bit.
Right now, our outfielders on the 40 man, you've got Baroa, Clase, Loperfido, Lucas, Santander, Schneider, Springer, Varsho. I think if Myles Straw makes this team, it's Nathan Lucas that goes.
Which is really too bad, but it
Yeah.
definitely is out of that group. Unless they trade
Anyone.
two guys.
Mhm. And like you're not even the infielders like Barger, I can't see you exposing to
No,
waivers.
he hits the ball so hard and
Yeah.
he does so many
You're not
things
just gonna
right.
give up on him.
No.
Um
You're not going to give up
Leo
on Loperfido. I think you could trade and maybe trade.
Leo's too young, I think.
Yep.
Arelvis is too young. Like you're not giving up on that. And then like everybody else
Maybe.
has a starting spot.
Maybe the steroids makes it more
I don't know,
interesting.
man. But he still hits the shit out of the ball.
Yes.
It's not something you're doing right now. Like you're not risking losing that pop for a month maybe of Myles Straw.
No, I'm not saying you
Yeah.
DFA. I'm saying I could
No.
see it as a trade candidate
Hmm. Oh,
potentially.
sure. Yeah, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm just trying to find a spot where you can get him in here. There are so many pitchers in the 40 man. I guess it makes sense, but we got Nick Robertson on there, maybe.
Who's that?
I don't know. He's in the minors. Zach
Good.
Pop, you can get rid of in a heartbeat. I think you might have said that already, but
No, they still love him.
I know. I don't know. It's a weird one.
I think I'd rather
Adam
him than
Mako's
Dick
hurt, right?
Lovelady. Yes. Is he on the 40 man?
Yes,
Okay, that's
that
probably
could be
one.
the move. I don't know. It's insane to me that we're trying to find a spot. Like you and I are sitting here trying to find a spot for Miles Straw. There wasn't a
Dude, he's
world where I
been
thought this was
good.
going to happen. He's
If
been
he
good.
can if he could hit 230,
Hmm.
he's a very valuable piece on this team.
Hmm. It's asking a lot, but yeah.
230 and put up above a 650 OPS, and he has a spot on my team. Like even when Varshall's back, he's my extra outfielder to play defense for Santander if he's in the outfield and wheels off the bench.
Mhm. I think you get the same thing with Baroa though, and I think that's kind of the problem here. But you're
Yeah.
not paying Baroa $11 million, so you can stash him.
Baroa isn't the same level of defense. I don't think he's
No,
anywhere
no, for
close.
sure. No, yeah, no. I don't envy. the guys making the decisions for this right now.
Hey,
It's an
it's a
odd
good
spot.
position to be in.
Hmm. I mean,
Um,
it'd
there
suck if
is.
you make the wrong decisions.
I'm curious on the Love Lady thing because it's getting close to the end of spring, and usually guys have like an opt-out point.
Hmm.
So if he had to be on the 40 man,
Hmm.
maybe that was like if they didn't put him on the 40 man, he could opt out. So
Sure.
maybe that dilemma is coming up because you did mention
Yeah.
Mako. You mentioned Nick Robertson, I think you said. Don't know who that is. Both of them could probably be gone. Or sorry, Mako to the
Not as
60,
wild.
but and Robertson gone. But you don't necessarily need to make that move now. You're putting Manoa's going to be on the 60 for
Yeah,
sure, same as
you can figure
whoever
it
the
out.
other guy was. Figure it out a little closer too.
Hmm. Yeah. You got anything else on the Jays you want to talk about that you can think of off the top of your head?
No,
No, me neither. We already talked about the Tokyo series. You got anything else on that? I
the
don't have
Dodgers
much
could
to
go
say.
162 and 0.
They're going to.
I didn't, the
It's
scores
such
weren't
a
close
shame
though,
that
were
like
they?
what's that?
The scores weren't close, were they?
It was 4-1 and 6-2, I think it was 6-2 or 6-3.
Realistically, that's probably not that bad, missing your two of your three best hitters and
If you're the
starting your three
Dodgers.
and four pitchers. Yes.
Hmm. That's fucked. Like,
They're missing two of their three best hitters and
uh-huh.
starting their three and four pitchers.
Hmm. That hurts. That hurts. It is the Cubs. It does kind of suck that the opening series is just like Dodgers, wow, and the Cubs.
Didn't you pick the Cubs to win
I might have, but
the
it's like not a
Central?
good division. Like it's not like you're going Dodgers Padres or
Who
like
else? Who else would you go though? You're going to
Padres.
Japan.
Padres.
Yeah, but you go
You
Imanaga
Darvish.
and
You Darvish.
yes, but
I
you
mean, it wouldn't be a good idea, but he's not their
Darvish is like over the hill. There's a good chance he doesn't even pitch in that. Like you got
yeah.
Imanaga and
Well, for
Suzuki.
sure. But if you're going to Japan, you go, well, we'll give Darvish this one, and then we'll give Dylan Cease the actual opening day
Who do you think's better,
for
the Padres or the Cubs?
I don't know.
You had the
Actually, you know what?
Padres
The
finishing
Padres are
fourth
shit
in the
now. Yeah.
division.
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't have the juice. I mean, it's just the rivalry itself, I think, was kind of the thing for me. You could
Yeah,
do Dodgers Yankees, I think would have been more intriguing. Like you do a
for all
World
their
Series rematch.
Japanese star power,
Yeah. Good Japanese boy Max Fried.
and then who? Marcus Stroman, because Clark Schmidt's hurt too, isn't he?
I don't know. Maybe.
Like
I
Cookie Carrasco is getting a rotation spot.
He's gonna be their opening day starter by this time next week. It's crazy. Yeah, you're right. There's not really they don't nobody else really had the Japanese firepower. I guess that makes sense. Do we care about John Gray?
I liked John Gray a lot a few
Hmm.
years ago, but probably not.
Okay, John Gray has a broken wrist. Giancarlo Stanton also has calf problems. I don't think that matters at this point. I think he's done.
Bro, like his what is it? His wrist, both wrists,
Elbows, both elbows.
elbows. So
Yes.
what is he doing to fuck up his calf at the same time?
I don't know.
I don't
This
know how you
guy's
can be this chiseled and like
been
he's
this
been a
much of a
physical specimen his
yeah,
entire career.
yeah. And he just I mean that might have something to do with it. Like maybe he trains too hard
I
and like
guess.
his body can't take it. I don't know. I think that's a thing, right? Like there's like guys that are more muscular and stuff are more likely to get hurt than guys that are kind of have a little bit of flubber to them. I think I've heard that before. I cannot confirm or deny. We'll just throw more misinformation into the
Okay.
void here,
Okay.
but I think that's what it is. Did you see the MLB Gold logo patch thing?
I think so. Is it like one they're doing like one and then it goes on a card?
Hmm. So it's for the six award winners of the MVP,
Oh,
Cy Young,
yes.
and
Yes.
Rookie of the Year. Kind of cool. It's I would love to see what those cards go for when they sell. Because the
Yeah.
ones right now that are like the rookie ones on like nobody rookies are going for like thousands of dollars. It's insane.
It's crazy. Could you tell me who won all 6 awards?
Skeens won Rookie of the Year, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Heel won the Rookie of the Year in the AL. What if he doesn't pitch this year?
Does he get eligible again?
Like, do you wear it again next year?
I guess. I don't know.
Chris Sale and Derek Skubal were the Cy Youngs. Shohei was the MVP for sure. Judge was the MVP again. Look at me go.
I eventually got them all, but I struggled way more than I felt like of doing that.
I keep forgetting that Judge won the MVP, but
Yeah.
nailed it. So yeah, those are the 6 guys they'll have
Good
the
job.
gold patch unless Heel doesn't play. But it's kind of neat. It'll be fun. I think it's fun that Craig Kimbrell's going back to Atlanta, but
Sure.
he sucks, so it doesn't really matter.
Yes.
James McCann also is going to Atlanta. I'm shocked we never got in that market.
There's still a guy out there.
I know. I don't think they're going to do it at this point. I think it's too late.
I Unless
But I
there's a
mean,
catcher that comes on waivers,
yeah.
but I don't know who that'd
Who's
be.
who's going to be better than Tyler Heineman?
Um, Tyler Flowers.
Uh-huh.
Who's the guy that looked like kind of a cross between Eric Kratz and like John Buck that we had that was just the big bald guy that we had a couple years ago
Oh,
that
the
ended up
W
hitting like
man,
4 stick?
Zach Collins.
Yeah. Let's bring
Yes,
him back.
sure. Just vibes. That's all we're bringing back here. Didn't we talk about the Astros jerseys last week?
They leaked, but they're now like official,
Oh,
I
they're official.
think.
Is it the same thing?
Pretty much. They look cool.
Yeah, I like it. Nice, fun. Um, Patrick Corbin. We don't need to talk about. We're at the. That's it.
Short and
Not a,
sweet.
not a very long episode this week. There's not
Connor's not
much.
here to drag us out.
We got one more episode until the regular season starts, probably. I think. Hopefully, we can get it in before the regular season starts.
What day's regular season start?
Thursday,
Thursday.
a week
Are you
today.
going?
I have tickets. I don't know if I'm going to go, but I have tickets. It's at
So I was
3 o'clock.
I was looking today
Mhm.
on a site, no free ads. American site, so it was American dollars.
Ooh.
The cheapest, so I was just looking at get-in price.
Mm.
You guess what the cheapest get-in price for a Jays game was this year that I can't remember off the top of my head in USD. Keep in mind.
Are you including the GA tickets?
Don't know. Didn't look.
Okay. I'm going to say USD,
Yeah.
$16.
Cut it in half. Or no,
Really?
no, it was nine. It was nine.
Oh, shit.
Can you guess what the most expensive get-in price was?
$38.
30.
Oh, which one's that for?
Yankees
Oh,
June 1st, maybe?
okay.
The next
Huh.
highest was like Milwaukee or something.
Hmm. Probably a giveaway day.
Don't know. You get into the
Crazy.
home opener for 28.
Yeah, the home opener didn't really sell. They did. So I got that leadoff package thing they usually do,
Yeah.
and it's $179 for March, April, and May, all the games. So it's no longer just weekdays. It's every game, um, including the home opener, which they've never done on this deal. So
Jeez.
they didn't sell.
Wow.
So that's why I have tickets, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make a Thursday 3 o'clock home opener.
That's tough.
Shitty way to open the season. Kind of sucks.
And then Friday night's Apple TV.
Yeah. So I'll be going to that one.
I get it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's where we're at. We will have baseball next week. Hopefully we get our hot takes up before that. We're gonna try and do that. Thank you for listening. We will see you then. Cheers.